Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What is up, guys? This is your boy Mekel Kasanova coming at you live, and this is going to be a review video of the Samsung Galaxy Note 7. Now, I've got the blue one, and I know there's been a lot of significant controversy in regards to the Note 7. There's been a lot about the batteries exploding. There's a recent one in New York about a 60-year-old kid where the phone blew up in his hand and he had to go to the hospital. So again, I'm going to stress, as I said in one of my previous videos, if you feel in any way that your safety is in jeopardy, then please go to your local carrier, go to the Samsung store, contact Samsung, do whatever it is you think you need to do to protect yourself, your family, your investments, your products, whatever. Do what you think you need to do. I, again, have chosen to keep mine. I've had no issues. And I stand by what I said before about the probability of it exploding, given the amount of ones that have been reported versus the amount that have been shipped. So the probability, in my opinion, is very, very low. So I wanted to get that disclaimer out of the way, or that opinion, however you want to say it, so that I can go ahead and give you a very honest opinion of what I think of the Samsung Galaxy Note 7. Now, most of you may know, and if you don't, I'll go ahead and give you a brief overview. I have not been the biggest fan of Android. Now, I, for years, was an Android user before. And then about 3 years ago, I started using the iPhone. So my second iPhone, because my first one was iPhone 3G, and mine was unlocked so I could use it on T-Mobile, and I was stuck with using Edge web browsing, which, if you guys remember Edge, that was painful back when 3G came out. So for the longest, I was using Android phones. So I've had, oh goodness, I can't even think of all the different ones I've had. I've had a couple of HTCs, which ones? I think I had a couple of Asus phones, I had the Moto Droids, you know. And then the last significant Android device I had was the Samsung Galaxy, the S5. I hated TouchWiz. It was so slow. There was so much crap on it, you know? There was just so much that I couldn't deal with it. It was like, God, there's so much overlay of Samsung's TouchWiz UI on top of stock Android. And just slowed it down. There's so much bloatware. And I had mine on I believe, Sprint. And it was just unbearable. I couldn't deal with it. Plus, Sprint's coverage out here in Hawaii was and it still is kind of crappy. So at that point back then, I was done. I'm like, you know what? I can't do Android anymore. I just can't. And so I ended up getting the iPhone 5S. And man, smooth interface. Now, this is not to burn any of you out there that loved using Android. Not hating on it. Just saying that my experience back then was not very good. So going over to the iPhone 5S from using the Galaxy S5 was a night and day. I mean, it was a smooth, seamless. Only thing that I had the hardest time adjusting to was a smaller screen. It felt a little cramped at first, but after a while I got used to it. So from there, You know, I went to the 6, the 6 Plus, to currently the 6S Plus that I have now. And I'm going to be upgrading to, because it's on the way in the mail, the iPhone 7 Plus matte black. Didn't really want to get that jet black one, just because the micro scratches and also the fingerprint magnet is going to become. So before that, I needed a second phone for work. Now I work in IT, and I do a lot of data processing, a lot of things with spreadsheets and calendars. So because I have so many calls that come to me from work, you know, from coworkers, my boss, and also my friends and family, and you know, my YouTube ventures here with companies contacting me needing to have their products reviewed, as well as, you know, other side ventures that I have. I say, you know what? I need a second phone, and I need it to be powerful. I need to just be able to do whatever I need to do. I need to be able to take notes on it, use Outlook efficiently, just because for whatever reason, it could just be isolated to me, Outlook on my iPhone is incredibly slow. I don't know why, but it takes anywhere from 5 to 30 seconds to launch on my iPhone 6s Plus, whereas on my Note 7 it's almost instantaneous. So I decided, you know, a couple months back that I was going to go ahead and get an Android device. Now, I've heard from a lot of people that if you're going to go Android, the best option is to go stock. So I ended up getting a Nexus, and I had the Nexus 6P. That one I ran for quite a while. I had it for about a month, loved it, fast, fluid, battery life was fantastic. Can't really express how amazing it was. And, you know, it did everything I needed to do. And to a greater extent, I felt it was more powerful and more efficient than my iPhone 6s Plus. Then I got the option to have a better phone. And so when Samsung contacted me about, hey, maybe you would like to do a review for our product. This is before the recall and all that information, you know, drama came out. So I was like, hey, what product is it? Note 7, would you like to do a review for it? Hey, why not? So I got the Coral Blue Note 7 sent in the mail, and for the last 2.5 weeks I've been using this, I have to say that Samsung finally fixed the issues that TouchWiz has been plagued with. Actually, I want to go back so far as to say that they actually fixed it with the Note 5, because I have friends that had the Note 5 and they said it was fantastic. So with mine, you look at the interface. What I do a lot, I usually have, you know, Outlook going. Always have my camera on my calendar on my second screen. I just keep myself restricted to 2 screens. I don't need to have multiple screens. I just need everything I'm going to primarily use here on the home screen, and I want to definitely have the search bar. I use Minox frequently, so I have all my secured applications here. You know, at work we do use Citrix Receiver. We use Everbridge. And so the thing I love about Minox is it's secured. And it's almost like partitioning part of your phone's internal memory to use for specific apps and whatever it is you need. So if I need to secure my work information, which I usually do, I have it secured within Minox. The same thing for like my YouTube stuff too. In case anyone decides they want to pick up my phone and use it, you know, my fiance, friends, brothers, families, whatever, all the information that's secured is going to be on here. Other than that, I feel like they've cleaned up the app selection with the UI. So it's a lot cleaner. As you can tell, very smooth, very seamless. And also, they finally fixed, which I heard with the Notes 5 was a big issue, was the S Pen. So when you pull it out, it does make that animation, which I can actually, I'm gonna do this again so you guys are able to see it. And you'll hear that little whoosh sound. Watch that. See? So from here, I can either quickly make a note in Samsung Note. So they finally integrated all their note-taking applications into one, so you don't have like 3 or 4 as before. You have the Smart Select, which lets you easily select different texts. You have the Screen Write. So if I were to tap here, and basically takes a screenshot, and I can doodle like so on the screen. So since I'm not going to save that, I'm going to go ahead and hit back. Discard. Then some of the other features I have are going to be Translate, which is incredibly useful, especially since a lot of companies I deal with are going to be overseas. Sometimes when they write, they're going to be writing in their native tongue, and this easily makes it very efficient for me to be able to figure out what they're saying and also reply to them. And then I also set up OneNote so that I'm able to quickly get to that, because I'm almost religious about OneNote. It's my favorite note-taking application. I use it for just about everything. And then also, I have Minox set here in case I don't want to just hit, Minox application right there. So, other things I have on here, I have my productivity app selection here. So I've got, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, I've got Docs, Sheets, Slides, OneDrive, Skype, Dropbox. Then I've got my music and entertainment, Apple Music. I am a big believer in Apple Music. I also got iHeartRadio. I also have Groove, which, Groove's getting better. I use it. I mainly have it just so I can sync it to my Xbox. If I want to sit down and just listen to music and it just streams straight through. I also got my Netflix and my Hulu. And then, for social media, got my Facebook, my Messenger, Instagram, got Twitter, Snapchat, Google+, and LinkedIn when I want to stay connected with my business associates. And, I got my finance options, for my banking information. I got Google Wallet, I got First Hawaiian Bank. Out here in Hawaii, we don't have any mainland banks, so I got my First Hawaiian, I got my Bank of Hawaii, I've got Venmo, which is really nice, and I've also got my PayPal and my Bluebird by American Express. Other than that, I guess some of the other features I could talk on is the fact that when you put the stylus to the screen, this is probably an old feature, but for me it's kind of new because I haven't used a Note since the Samsung Galaxy Note 4. And even though it was a limited usage, the primary Note I had years ago was the Note 2. And so if you see right here, if I hover over the screen, there's like a little cursor, kind of like a mouse. So other than that, when I'm taking notes, if I want to doodle with, say, like Adobe Lightroom, everything is just very seamless with this phone. It's very fast. As far as specs go, I'm not one who really likes to sit and talk about specs to throw out all that information. But I will let you know it is running Android 6.0.1. It is not running Android 7.0. But that update should be coming very soon. Let's see, what other information? The battery capacity right now on this one is about 3,500 milliamp, which is, from a lot of people are saying, is disappointing compared to like the S7 Edge, which I believe has a 3,600 milliamp battery. I can't really compare them. I've never really used the S7 Edge. A couple of my coworkers have it. But as far as for my own personal usage, I've gotten really no complaints. This battery on this phone it literally lasts me all day until tomorrow for what things I do with it. Now, I don't really game on my my Note 7 or really any of my mobile devices. Maybe my iPad Pro, which I have right here. This one I'll game on occasionally when I feel up to it, but otherwise I've got a very dedicated gaming desktop from iBuyPower, and I've also got my gaming consoles, the PS4 and the Xbox One, and on the previous generations, so I really don't have a need for mobile gaming really. And no, in case you were wondering, I don't play Pokemon Go. I did at one point. Wi-Fi connection, everything connects pretty fast. You know, I run 2.4 and a 5 gigahertz bandwidth for my Wi-Fi. I have 300 megs down. If you're in the mainland, it may seem slow to you, but out here in Hawaii, the fastest we can get on Oceanic is going to be 300 down. And Oceanic, in case you didn't know, is Time Warner Cable. We do have Hawaiian Tel, which offers, I believe, 1 gig down, but that's so limited in the areas that it's available. I'm not really even concerned about it. It does what I need to do as far as my internet speed. Bluetooth 4.0, 4.1 on this one, so it connects very easily to any Bluetooth device. I often pair it to my my Sony soundbar, and also to my Bluetooth headphones, such as these Soundpeats, which I use when I work out. Very, very excellent headphones. The display, now they do have a couple new things in here. If you want to have the display all the way up, you can easily toggle it. Very luminous. You can put it on auto brightness if you want to conserve your battery. There's also the blue light filter. Now that's something a lot of people should definitely look into, is blue light. Now those kind of light, when the blue light hits your eyes, it does kind of damage your retina after a while. It strains you. It gets rid of a lot of the melatonin that your body naturally produces. So when you're trying to sleep, or if you're up late at night, or kind of feeling like you're having a little bit of insomnia, a lot of that comes from looking at phone screens, tablet screens, video game screens from, like, you know, your PS Vita, or from your Nintendo 3DS, and also from looking at TVs. Now, I do have something that prevents my eyes from being damaged. I actually got 2 products for that, which I'll be doing a separate review for these. Now, I have these from Spectrum Glasses, which I'm sponsored by. So I put these on, and basically they filter out the blue light. So I don't really have to worry about it affecting my eyes and straining them. And they're also very good for when I'm at work too, for reducing the strain on my eyes. Now these right here, these are the Pros, which give you a, I believe, the 50% reduction, and then there's the Elites over here, which do have the orangish tint. These have a 100% blue light reduction rate, so I have no strain on my eyes, except for the ability that I need to adjust to having that color distortion. Now I'll review these separately. I just wanted to throw that out there. So I use those for gaming too. So yeah, it does have that blue light filter, which, like I said, reduces the eye strain. Other than that, I've got my clock, got the LED indicator. You can run a screensaver if you want to have smart stay that's on there, but it's kind of buried within the settings. What else is there? S Pen features, device maintenance, application. This phone is, in my opinion, this is a beast. Now, is it worth the $849 that it's retailing at? For me, my personal opinion, I'm okay with it. You know, if I need to go out and buy something that's $849 or more, I can afford to do so. Now, if for you that's a bit of a big pill to swallow, you know, your carriers have all kinds of financing options. And if you have an upgrade, I would definitely say upgrade to this if you've got the, you know, the Note 4 or lower. If you have the Note 5, maybe, you know, I'd leave that up to you. I can't really tell you whether or not that's worth the upgrade. Other than the fact that there is a newer feature on here that I'm very happy about, and I will show you guys, which is the ability that they brought back to use the micro SD cards. So as you can tell, the SIM slot is a dual. Now I'm running AT&T on this, and I also have my 64 gig Samsung Evo Pro micro SD card. And yes, I just dropped that. So, don't mind me. A lot of things happen when you start recording live, and you can either edit it out or, you know, in my opinion, I just go with it because ain't nothing to it but to do it. Read my SIM card, AT&T. Now, one thing I really like about this is how quickly it reads the SIM card and it goes back to it. Some other features, it does have a very nice camera. I believe it's a 13 megapixel camera. So if you're shooting videos or if you're taking pictures, the shooting capability on this phone is just purely amazing. Now, if you want to do video or any type of different things, like you have so many different options. You can shoot in pro mode, select the focus, slow motion, you can do hyperlapse, you can do virtual shots, food shots, you can do live broadcasts from it, you can do panorama. It's just the amount of options are just ridiculous. Plus, Samsung gives you the ability to download additional features for your, you know, your ability to shoot pictures and videos. So you can have surround shot, dual camera. You can do animated GIFs, rear cam, selfie. You can do sports shots. You name it. They have free and paid options. And they're always updating it. So that's always super cool. One of my complaints about this device, though, about the battery, one of my biggest gripes with it, it has to do with the fact that this thing is a fingerprint magnet. Look at that. It collects fingerprints so it's annoying. But given that it is a glass phone, you know, it's made with tempered glass, can't really complain. It comes with the territory, but when you clean it up, this thing is a beauty. But when you're not, when it's not clean, oh my god, this thing is dos muchos with the griminess. So a lot of you may be wondering, why is the front white when this is the coral blue and gold? It's because I do have a tempered glass screen on my Galaxy Note 7. Mine is from Omaton. They make various screen protectors for various devices. So any smartphone or tablet that's recent or current, they make a glass screen for that. And it does not, I mean, if you guys have noticed, I've been using the S Pen and it's not affected by it. Oh yeah, this is the other thing I love. I love being able to just doodle on the screen while it's like locked. Being able to either pin it or save it. It's just such a neat feature. But yeah, using the glass screen with the S Pen, there is absolutely no interference whatsoever, as you guys can see. And it works flawlessly. And I love the fact that Samsung includes additional tips for the S Pen. Like I said earlier, they did fix the feature with the S Pen where when you put it in, it does not damage it if you put it in backwards. I believe it goes in one way. We'll find out. Oh, it's fully reversible, so you can put this in either way, and it's not going to get broken. Kudos to Samsung for thinking about that. What else should I go over? Other than that, I mean, I really can't say anything else. It's got 4 gigs of RAM, but if you have the international version, I believe that one does come with 6 gigs of RAM for multi-core processing. But other than that, I mean, the phone is a beast. You know, it handles just about everything. Now, as far as slowdown, there are times when I do have hiccups with this phone, which come with using TouchWiz interface when it's trying to speed up. But, you know, if you don't like TouchWiz, there's all kinds of different launchers you can slap on it. If you want that stock Android Nexus style feel, you can always slap on the skin for that. Or if you want like the HTC skin or LG skin, you know, the possibilities of Android are limitless. But yes, there is slowdown that does occasionally happen, and when it happens, you feel it. But other than that, I mean, I can't really complain because it just works. Now, it does everything I need to do. Other than that, sometimes I do keep it in the case. I do have a couple glass cases. Well, I have not glass cases, a couple of cases. I got this one from I forgot which company this is. Let's see, that's why we have Amazon on the phone, that way we can keep up with what items we do get. Let's see. Let me go over here to my let's see, orders. Now this particular case, this one is from Mekel. So this is a slim fit metallic brush case. The interesting thing about this is it does have that slot, so if you want to put ID or, you know, a credit card, probably up to 2, maybe 3, you can slap it in here and it's fine. This is a very durable case. And it also allows me to do the wireless charging while using this. Whereas the other case that I have, which is probably my favorite one, I don't know why, I'm not usually a fan of clear cases or crystal cases like this. This is from GPEL. You slap it on, and I'm going to put the phone in both of them. So, you know, you slap it in, and it covers the edges, so if I drop it, I don't have to worry about anything happening to it as far as it breaking. It's a very sturdy plastic. And I really like this case, and I'll be doing a review for this too. There's also this one, so like I said, the one from Mekel. Pop it in too. And now I've got a basically indestructible phone with the fact that it's water resistant, and I've got this super durable case, which I really like it. The buttons are super responsive with this. And I like that black on white on blue. Black on white on blue. But oftentimes, I don't want to put a case on because I like to appreciate the beauty of the phone. And the coral blue is just, it's something to behold when you're just looking at it. You're like, wow, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous device, you know? The frustrating part is you just gotta keep cleaning it, you know? But other than that, like I said, I'm a big fan of the Galaxy Note 7. I feel like Samsung has won me back over, and I am back with, you know, using Team Android. I'm just impressed with this. It's fast, it's fluid in many ways. It's even faster than my iPhone, my 6S Plus. You know, I'll pull this out of the case so you guys can check it out. Had it for almost a year, and you know, no real damage or any dents, scratches, or anything on it. So, the bottom line, what the Kasanova thinks. Is it worth $849 for me? Yes. For what I like to do, having a business phone or a secondary phone, or even having this as a primary. I've been using this as my daily driver for the last 2 weeks, and I couldn't be more happy. And big shout out to Samsung for sending this out to me. For the average consumer, like I said, that's all up to you. If you don't mind spending $849 for this, or using whatever subsidy plan your phone carrier has, or even using your upgrade or whatever it is, however you can get it, financial special offers, whatever works for you. Now, I keep it real with you. What works for you is what's most important, because what works for me may not work for you. I say this is a guaranteed buy. This is a hot buy.
Everybody drinks on me. Everybody in this bitch drink for free. Give me a whiskey double. A little bit of Jack is always trouble. And I'm feeling good, like a man with only to prove it reads his wood. Next up, straight to the DJ. Tell him play whatever song she say. Her body is a misdemeanor. Dangerous, but I